Welcome everyone to Total War Pharaoh. In this series of videos, we'll be going over all the new units the game is bringing, broken down by both the regional native units recruitable by all factions, provided they own territory in that area, and the faction units unique to the individual playable factions in-game. To make things easy to locate, all native unit regions will have their own video and will be sorted into a playlist, and all faction units will be grouped by their overall cultural alignment, Egyptian, Canaanite, and Hittite, and they'll also have their own playlists once the second video for each is uploaded. If there are any changes made to overall stats and abilities, I'll do my best to add those in a pinned comment in this video, that way it's easy to compare exactly what's different going forward. We are actually at the end for the native faction units here, and we'll be finishing up this group with the lads of the Highlands of Hattusa. These guys will be recruitable from these regions, and will be your starting force for your Shupaluluuma campaigns. This is going to be a more lightly armored group as far as the Hittites go, with most of your units being either light or medium armor class. This is an effort to fight off the mobile Kaskian and Phrygian tribesmen that raid your northern borders, as well as deal with the armored juggernauts stomping around in the lowlands to your south. Let's dive right into the cons you'll have to keep in mind when recruiting the Highlands units. First of which will be a complete lack of long-ranged missiles. This will mean you're going to need to be very aggressive when using Highlands units, or risk having your light and medium troops get shot to pieces before you can even cross swords. You're also going to have a lack of heavily armored troops with this bunch, with only your chariots and armored Anatolian spears falling in the heavy category. You'll definitely notice the lack of survivability on your front line, so you'll want to really keep positioning in mind, always keep working to find those exposed flanks to run down with your myriad of charging units and poke with javelins. The Highlands units are also going to have a lack of resistances to common climate types, with their main trait being Mistwalkers, which will only actually be active during fog, which is a fairly uncommon weather condition all things considered, even in the Highlands these guys come from. Rain, thunderstorms, and all-terrain penalties will be taking full effect, which will hamper the mobility and fighting prowess of your armies. Now let's move on to the pros of the Highlands, first of which being they have a very good assortment of armor-piercing damage, coming from both charging two-handed weapon units and a myriad of elite javelins. You have both the strongest overall two-handed axemen and javelins of all the native units, which will be great at ripping through all the heavy armor you'll be dealing with in the Hittite lands and the invading sea peoples. And with medium armor, they'll be mobile enough to take engagements they want far more often, and it will make flanking an actual option for you, as usually with heavy units, flanking is not the goal so much as just smashing through or outlasting the foe. You also have great anti-chariot options with all of those spears and javelins flying around, and the Kaskian chargers will be the doom of any chariot teams they manage to run down. The Mistwalkers trait that most of these units come with is incredibly powerful, providing stock to the unit provided the weather is fog. This is such a powerful ability that you'll be wanting to wait on repeat until your battles start covered in fog, to turn your whole army invisible until it is far too late for your foes to respond. The issue with this ability is simply how reliant you are on fog, otherwise you're seeing no positives from the trait at all. Lastly, and most obviously, the Highlands units are rolling in with the heavy Anatolian chariots, which are an incredible unit capable of smashing straight through an unbraced enemy line, taking little to no damage in the process. The only thing you'll want to keep in mind is with the low model count, each chariot is far more valuable, so every one destroyed in battle is a huge loss in overall damage. And that is going to be it for our native units. Thank you all for stopping by this series. Let me know what you all thought of the Highlands units and how they stack up in the comments below. Next up, we'll be going over all of the faction units, starting with the Gilded Forces of Amen-Mes, but that is all for me today. I'll let the units and their stat cards roll on through now, but I have been at Space Wizard Total War. Remember to leave a like for the light god and a sub for the sub thon. See you on the next one.